There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Hugo.
Jake.
And this is Unpopular Culture. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for our live commentary stream on Sony's 2017 E3 press conference. If you didn't catch our ones from yesterday with Microsoft and Bethesda, how this is going to work is this is mainly for the live people, but if you want, there will be a link in the description or in the live chat or whatever to the actual stream of the conference, and we're just going to be kind of talking alongside it. So you want to have both up next to each other or whatever, or have us like diminished just so you could hear the voices during the conference, and we'll kind of talk. And
you could also go to the homepage of hugoandjake.com to see both IGN's stream of it, which will cover the Sony thing, and then also ours is above it, and then the comments still show up. So
yeah, and if you
want to do it.
And if you're catching this afterwards, because this will go up as sort of an archive thing, you can always still sync it up yourself if you want, because the stream will be available of the conference, of course, later as well. Or I'll put a link in the description or the comments that will sort of be our after show wrap up when the show's actually done, if you just want to hear sort of our final thoughts about it. So let's see. Has the show started yet? No. How long? I got a countdown here. 41 seconds. Yeah. Something like that.
Not long.
Also, of course, during the show, feel free to go ahead and let us know any questions or comments you have about stuff, and we might discuss it with you guys. Whatevs.
So we're going to see Final Fantasy VII stuff, it looks like. We're going to see some Last of Us 2, God of War, hopefully some Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. What else? What else was I thinking of?
That zombie game's coming out. I forget what it's called, but the one with the big boards.
That's the one that I was excited for. What else?
God of War. The new guy.
Well, I already said that. You can't double down on that. Don't double tap me, bro.
I'm double downing on it because it's old man Kratos now. And old men need to be doubled down on.
That's what? That's...
See, if you had ignored it,
and they'd last longer?
I don't know, but if you would have ignored it, people would have at least thought it was a joke. But you gotta ruin everything, man. I don't know why you gotta do that.
I'm sorry, buddy.
All right. 37 seconds. Overall, my hope is just interesting games. I hope we get maybe a new IP. I don't know. I guess I don't have that many expectations. I'm pretty happy with my PlayStation right now, but I'll always take new games. They might try and push the PlayStation Pro a little bit more because it hasn't been selling very well. They might be trying to sell people, again, the whole upscaled 4K aspect, but especially after Microsoft show yesterday with their superior hardware, whether or not you think the hardware is worth the price, not the point. Microsoft, I think, is pretty clearly the winner as far as the upgraded consoles go. Between the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox One X, so it'll be interesting how Sony responds.
Yeah, well, they're also doing they're doing a price drop on PS4s and doing like special edition gold and shit. So,
oh, interesting. Hold on. Someone asked for a link to the website. I will do it in the chat. Boop, boop. There you go.
So we just got a trailer going right now.
By the way, when we were talking about the Bethesda paid mods thing yesterday during that conference, since we're just waiting for the conference to start anyway, yeah, it is paid mods. They tried to hide it by saying you buy credits and then you use the credits to buy the mods, but they just put in a middleman. They are doing the paid mods thing again, and it's quite honestly the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't know why they're so... Why would they try this again? It's the greediest thing I've ever heard. And according to them, and they're right, they're not going to take down any other mods that are out there, but their plan is to basically poach talent from the mod community and put it behind a paywall. So, not good.
I don't know, man. They're still doing PlayStation View, huh? I know that they're trying to do this like mobile integration thing right now.
What trailer is playing right now? Is this for that?
Is this just a bunch of people staying inside because video games? Yep.
Am I the only one out there, by the way, who thinks that gold PlayStation Pro is the ugliest fucking thing in the universe?
No, I think it's terrible.
It's not nice looking. It looks incredibly tacky. I mean, the system itself, the aesthetics is fine. It's going for more rounded than the other one because they kind of tend to go back and forth with that. But the color's atrocious. It's absolutely awful. Let's see. What are the people in the live stream saying? My body is ready for the Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot reboot. My girlfriend is actually really excited for that too. She was really into those, and that comes out like at the end of this month, I think. I'm actually pretty excited for that too. Oh, the stream's starting. Is
Yeah.
it? It's
I'm
dark.
watching it,
I
man.
can't tell if they're. I'm seeing it, but are they starting or is this sort of their
Well, you think they're just
wait
playing like
music?
Bollywood music for no reason? This is the
Maybe.
hype, man. This is how you hyped.
This is the least hype music ever. I feel like I'm at a John Lennon acid party. Or acid party is the thing people do?
Not since John was shot.
I respect a man who can play a good sitar. I don't know why. Because out of all the stringed instruments you could play, you decided for like the only one along with the ukulele that doesn't get you laid. Of
That
course,
was the joke in my head.
the exception to the rule is, of course, as always, Zoe Deschanel. But that's neither here nor there.
Is that
Because she's the quirky ukulele girl, you know. Ugh.
what are they selling me though?
I don't know what they're selling me, but I feel like no matter what, people are going to take this show as very offensive because of this. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm waiting for the BuzzFeed articles on it already. Oh, yeah, same person says they were not only a huge Crash fan, but they were a Spyro fan. Spyro was my shit. That's why I took such offense when that Skylanders came out, and it used Spyro, but it had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I missed those sort of hub-based, cartoony platforming games. I really wish those would kind of make a comeback, but
Well,
I
they
get
tried.
it.
There's going to be like a Fox guy.
I know. That's not going to succeed, though. Let's be real. It's too generic. Yeah.
I really don't know what we're looking at right now.
I don't either. Oh, we are watching the IGN one, guys. I'll put it in the description for everyone. I'm sorry about that. Boop. Boop.
Does it matter which one you were watching though? Are they different timed? It's live, right?
It's live, but still, I think it's good to just have it there.
I accept. Okay, but why?
Oh, I'm sure it'll tie into whatever game they're talking about. And people, again, I think will find it very offensive. Okay, I just put it in the description, so anyone from now on, I apologize, it should be there.
God of War, maybe? But doesn't...
No, Nathan.
No.
Is this going to be a Drake thing? Is this going to be a... No? What's this? Tomb Raider?
So it is a Naughty Dog game.
Is the audio weird for you? Like, it's really quiet?
Sounds like they're getting external audio.
Yeah, I think they're getting audio externally from, like, the speakers of the conference and not the in-video output. Oh, that's a mess up.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to the other one if it doesn't change.
Yeah.
I mean, Naughty Dog always does good things, so this could be good. I just don't know what we're looking at.
I can't hear what we're looking at either.
I turned it up. It's just standard. What a pleasant surprise. You are an explorer. We are searching for the same treasure.
Mm. See, now it just got louder for me, too. Like, they try... I don't know.
I think this is just a oopsie.
Anyone in the comments, are you having this problem, too, or is this just... It's got to be everyone, right? If anyone's watching a stream other than IGN also, let us know if it's not screwed up like this, and we will switch everything over. Sorry about that. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. That's IGN.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to like rescind that apology because it's not me. Didn't do it.
Interesting. So it's an Uncharted game, but it's a new protagonist. I don't necessarily like that because if you go with female protagonist for Uncharted, you basically just are copying Tomb Raider a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it ties in.
Was the old guy supposed to be Nathan Drake? I couldn't tell because I couldn't hear what they were saying.
No, he's the bad guy.
Okay, yeah.
What is even happening? They're not... that a thing I should recognize, Hugo?
I don't know.
Oh, well, that's not very helpful.
Okay, someone said the PlayStation a different stream is working, so I'm gonna switch over to a different stream. Once I find it, I'll link it because this audio is annoying the crap out of me. You entertain the people because I can't watch it right now.
Okay, people, let's. Sure is snowy there, huh? Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Some hot springs. Some monstruos. There it is. Some Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, it looks like.
Okay.
I'm hype.
Cool. Okay, really here we go. There's that in the live stream or in the live chat. I'm linking with the one that works. If anyone would like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Wow, that's a way better audio. No, I'm not sorry. Yep. Fuck them. Fuck IGN. This stream's actually slower than IGN's, by the way. Which is odd.
This one's the official one, so I'll stick with this.
Yeah.
And there, it's fixed in the description now too, everyone. Again, apologies.
Coming pretty soon. That's good.
I still haven't played that. I've heard it's excellent.
I have it. You can play it on my machine someday.
Mm.
What's with the slowness in between each? Why are we showing the crowd?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so weird. The producer of this particular event is
director. There's a camera. There's probably a director. There's probably someone in a booth saying, "Okay, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3."
Okay, well, I don't like them.
I'm sorry.
This is Days Gone, right? Days Gone By, maybe?
I think so.
I feel like I'm going to really like this game.
I haven't seen enough gameplay to know yet, so maybe this will sway me one way or the other.
Well, zombie games have typically sucked buttholes.
Yeah, I'm not a big zombie game fan. The only ones I've really liked are Dead Rising, the first one, and the second one.
Those are comedy games,
fun.
Though,
they're tongue in cheek for sure. I don't take them very seriously. And I feel like there was one more zombie game I enjoyed. I did enjoy Left 4 Dead, the first one, when it came out. I never played the second one, so I don't know. But yeah, zombie games have more or less been pretty bad in gimmicky.
State of Decay was good. I liked that.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
Our dude's getting beat up, man.
The fact that
it's pretty brutal.
I was just going to say, the fact that the first enemy that they're showing off are people and not zombies gives me hope that they have the right idea as far as zombie games are concerned.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a big into the biker stuff, but like...
No, but if it's the character, it's the character, as long as it's informed well and it makes sense.
The blood staying on the hand a little bit. I dig the small details like that kind of shit, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to determine how much... It's obviously, again, like I was talking about yesterday, vertical slice material, and it's very... Even though it is in-engine gameplay, it's scripted in the sense that they plan on everything happening. Like when he took that guy up against the tree, for instance, and did the rope. I mean, I assume you can take people against trees and stuff, but not as perfectly as was the transition there, I assume.
Well, sure, that was clearly a Nathan Drake-esque cutscene thing, which I have no problem with if they do it correctly. It just can't be
like a quick time event.
Yeah. The Uncharted games do quick time events. Sometimes
I'm not a big fan
sequences. I'm not either, but if you do it correctly, it can be really, really good. It is a pretty game, though. It looks like it. You know how when you could tell when like a character is really glidey or it doesn't seem responsive.
Yeah.
This looks like it feels good.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Your mom texting you?
No, it's Whiplash. You just tell it. If anyone is still on the Bible Reloaded page, if you
You
refresh
mean the
it.
Hugo and Jake page?
I mean, I'm sorry, the Hugo and Jake page.
Fucking noob.
Unrelated. If you refresh it, it'll be a different stream now with proper audio.
Yeah. See, that looked like a cinematic thing, but it was like a finisher. You know what I'm saying? Like he clearly just did that.
I don't mind finishing moves, or if it's like a one-hit kill thing, that's fine. But it has to be generally from like a sneaking position, which that was, which is why I'm okay with it. But yeah, I don't like usually when any control is relinquished from the player, because if I want to watch a movie, I'll watch a movie. So you just set down a bear trap? It sounded very bear trap-ish.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of game I love, if this is what they're actually setting up the gameplay to be like. I like when you can sneak around and set traps and distract people. Like the Arkham games, the good ones at least, with the Predator missions. I love that.
It looks like, I mean, you've seen like the big thing the first time they showed it was like a huge action scene with a ton of ammo and you're running around. Like, I'm fine with that too. Like this right here. Hordes and hordes of running zombies, that's new. So if they do it correctly, and if it's not just a fucking bullet porn game, I'm down with it. But if they give you way too many bullets and shit, it takes me out.
The horde aspect is good. It looks, as far as zombie games go, this is probably the best horde animations I've ever seen. It doesn't look like they're all using the same animations. It looks like there's enough variety, and they're all doing different things, kind of crouching down, and they're all feasting. They weren't just kind of meandering around.
They like crawl over each other, which adds to this sort of like holy shit aspect.
See, this is the stuff that means more to me graphically, is like the animations. That means a lot more to me than resolution.
Right. How this the water reacts to the wood on the damn.
Yeah.
Just the fact that those people clearly have something to do right now. Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. See, this is how you do a zombie game. Zombies not as the only enemies, but you can actually use them to fight opposing bands of people. This is probably going to be a better The Walking Dead game than every The Walking Dead game.
Yeah, it's giving me a lot of hope right now.
Yeah, and I honestly, before this, I wasn't very hyped for this. I'd only seen a brief video and a couple GIFs of it with the big hordes, and I thought that was the whole gimmick, is just look at the big hordes. But this gameplay actually looks pretty entertaining.
Looks like it has story.
Yeah.
And character, and like they took their time.
Good analysis, Madden. You're nailing it.
Boom! This is where he cuts the rope off, and then he saves his friend. You'd save your friend in a zombie apocalypse, right, Hugo? Your friend, your only friend, Jake? You'd save him?
How many people have you captive?
That many.
Nah.
Also, there's a zombie bear? I'm good with the zombie bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably get that. With how big zombies were for a while, it's mostly died off in the mainstream. Gaming still seems to have a thing where they think if you make a good zombie game, it'll just sell for some reason. Are we
counting Last of Us as a zombie game, by the way?
I haven't played it, so I don't know. And yes, I know before everyone says, I know, I need to play it. I know. I've heard it's great. I'll probably play it, the remastered version, before the sequel comes out.
Is this that weird guy?
Which weird guy? I don't know. Other than like Todd Howard, I don't know a lot of industry people. I'm not interested in marketing people generally.
He's got a good pocket square. I can respect a good pocket square. This guy's a way better speaker than the other people so far.
Yeah.
We'll take it home for that. Tepid response to HDR.
I'm sorry, mine's lagging a little bit behind yours, so I didn't get that. Oh no, is Sony going to be the cringy one this year?
They've all been cringy so far, except for
Yeah.
Devolver.
Oh, by the way, if anyone didn't see the Devolver conference, go watch it immediately.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's like 15 minutes of just greatness.
It's a parody of...
It took a shit on E3.
It's great. It's fucking excellent. It's the best conference I've ever seen, by far. This guy, you know what though? I appreciate this guy could kind of roll with people in the audience saying stuff and shouting stuff out.
Yeah.
I hate when people can't improvise.
It's going on a while.
He's halfway between. He needs to up the energy and get this out faster.
The art of gameplay. Don't call what I do without pants on gameplay. Or art.
I was just... Oh, Jake.
It's a very special place on my fucking mic. This game's got a really special place in my heart, too. Wow, they take a long time to get
really
into these.
do. They next year hire a new director. This guy's terrible. Whoever's the stage manager for this whole thing. I assume there might be a director and a stage manager, one in charge of the filming for the internet and the other one in charge of the staging.
No good.
Whoever's in charge of staging right now and deciding the timing and all this needs to find out whoever was doing the Microsoft show, because that went way quicker. In fairness, they did a lot more trailers back to back, but still, ugh. If you want people to be excited and have high energy, you need to put the show on. It is a show.
Oh, that is one big sword.
Yeah.
What is this game?
I can generally determine if I'm going to like a game or not based on the ridiculous size of the weird anime sword. If it's big enough where it just makes no sense in reality, I probably will not like the game. The only exception is Kingdom Hearts in my experience. So
does he have a boyish face?
Oh, almost certainly.
Is this? This looks like a upgraded Monster Hunter, though.
Mm.
But it's not cartoony enough to... Okay, all right.
Well, maybe they'll take a change. Maybe they're going to try and do like a serious take on a Monster Hunter type scenario.
Hunter?
Doesn't Nintendo
if it's
own
Monster
that,
Hunter,
or is
it might
just
be
a
all right.
Japanese IP?
I don't know. I guess I thought it was. I'll play the shit out of a Monster Hunter. It just looks so different.
I assume it's... I don't think this is Monster Hunter. I think it's trying to be, though. I think it's a similar thing that Sony's trying to put out on their own.
Darksiders. No, I don't think it's Darksiders.
I'll definitely take... I don't like the anime sword thing, but if this is literally just like Hunt Dinosaurs the game, I'm down.
Yeah, I'll hunt the shit out of some dinosaurs with a giant bone sword. What just happened there? I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting a little chubbed.
I really appreciate the aspects of like the destructible environments that keep finding their way into more and more games. That tree that came down.
That looks good.
Yeah.
I'm interested with this grappling hook thing. I don't... Destructible environments seem to play a role in the fighting mechanism, at least.
Holy crap, that dinosaur has a higher jump than I would expect for a dinosaur.
So, yeah, it is. No, it's Capcom. This is it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting stylistic choice this time. It looks really nice.
Monster Hunter World. I'll play this.
Huh.
And then all my worldly relationships will crumble around me. Because these are time sinks.
You know what? I'm not normally a fan of stuff like this, but
The art direction is way different than a gun? I'm confused as fuck right now. Okay. I kind of wanted that for Switch. But I mean...
this would never play on the Switch. Not unless they downgrade it.
Of course.
Incredibly. They might do a separate Monster Hunter for the Switch, though. Like, you know, that's more in the style of the...
Yeah, I'd play that. Okay, so I think already these games have been better than anything else so far, right?
Well, what was it? It was this one, and yeah, probably
like three or four good games in a row, and that's all it took. Okay,
yeah.
Good job, Sony. Oh, here's another one. Japan Studio. I'm assuming I don't like this already. Is it going to be Weeby?
Wow, you're a good 10. You're like
things.
10 seconds ahead of my stream. Bloop. I like that company name, Bloop.
What's going on here?
Seems like post-apocalyptic room.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh,
is this Are they remastering Shadow of Colossus?
No fucking way. Oh shit.
If it is,
okay.
Wow. Or is it just a? It looks very different.
Or is this just a remake?
No, that looks really familiar. No, these are. It's a remake, and it looks amazing.
Oh my god! All right, Sony, you win.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Sony won.
Now I'm gonna spend a lot of money. That's a shame.
Oh my god! I cannot. You know what's amazing? This is
the first game I ever thought was art. By the way.
I'm my girlfriend just started playing video games too, and I'm gonna get to show her this game. But I would have before, but it's so dated. Obviously, it's
if you haven't played this game, buy this game, no matter what happens.
Absolutely, yes.
It's like so perfect. It's very Breath of the Wild. If you like that, you'll like this as well.
Yes. There's less content than Breath of the Wild, though.
Oh yeah, but
it's more like about the tone and the themes of it.
It's a spiritual successor to that kind of thing. Well, are they gonna make another?
Oh, this is Marvel versus Capcom.
Is it just Marvel versus Capcom, or is it the?
Well, it's whatever number they're on. I've heard it doesn't look.
Yeah, Mega Man's in the room. I can't take this shit seriously, personally.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with crossovers and silly stuff like this. I don't mind, but I've heard from people in the fighting game community that this isn't shaping up to look very good. It seems rushed, apparently. The number of characters is significantly lower than the more fan-favorite ones. Not to mention people are upset because there's no X-Men or Fantastic Four characters. It's all MCU stuff because obviously they're trying to vertically integrate their promotions and stuff.
Sure. I don't do fighting games, so... It doesn't matter.
I do Mortal Kombat.
This is irrelevant.
That's it.
I do like the idea of Zero versus Mega Man, though.
Well, someone just said they already made a HD Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, yeah, it was HD textures.
No, this is remastered.
The models, it looks like they built everything from the ground up for this new one. So
yeah. Nah, I'm buying the shit out of that game.
Yeah. Someone says hearing Chun-Li say help us find the Infinity Stones is just so weird. Fair point. You know the fighting game crossover I liked, actually? The story of Mortal Kombat versus DC. The gameplay was terrible, but I enjoyed that. That was fun. The story of it, at least. I think in that one, like Shao Kahn and Darkseid melded or something.
You can play a demo of it if you want.
Ninjas.
We couldn't get Bradley Cooper, so we got someone who sounds nothing like him. Good for you. Good for you, Capcom.
Oh, God, he does sound nothing like him.
It's bad. It's bad news bears.
And I also recognize that, I mean, I know Rocket's a character before Bradley Cooper, but I mean, that's the voice people think of when they think Rocket Raccoon now.
Well, you just get someone close to the movies because that's the vertical integration is the point here. Normandy, France. Is this Battlefield? Or
it's either going to be
Battlefield or Call of Duty
Call of
World War
Duty.
II, right?
World at War, whatever they're calling it, or no, that was the one
They already did World at War.
No, whatever the fuck they're calling it, does it matter? It's the one with the Nazis that you shoot and go bang bang.
I mean, I like a war game, but like not very often, and they haven't stopped since Call of Duty got popular.
You know, I really, really enjoyed one of the first-person shooters I played was a Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare 2 was really, really fantastic.
I mean, it was before.
Oh yeah, Medal of Honor used to be the shit too.
No, you know what? It wasn't Call of Duty. It was Medal of Honor I played actually. That's what it was. That's not even a series anymore. I'm down for going back to World War II if they can do new stuff with it. I think technology has improved to the point where it's
you can tell a different or more I don't know, a better story, I guess.
Sure. I think it could make sense for war games like this to go in cycles. Do World War II and stuff for a while, and World War I, and then do modern stuff, and then maybe go into futuristic, and then once technology has progressed enough where it's not just like a remake of the other games, go back and start with older wars again.
I don't know why we haven't done, like... There's not a ton of Vietnam games.
Oh, there's a reason.
Why is that? Because it's horrifying?
Yeah, and because, like, Nazis, you can justify being the bad guys in a game.
Sure.
The Viet Cong...
But what if you played on both sides and you made them both sympathetic?
Okay, then maybe you can do that.
Done!
As long as the theme of the game is it was senseless and stupid and it was horrible for everyone, it'd be fine. But that's sort of the end. I think the very fact that you're putting it in a game for entertainment, though, would be the opposite of the theme you're trying to get across in the game and the futility of the Vietnam War. If you're saying, look at how futile and pointless and waste of lifey the Vietnam War was, now play it for fun. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think you could do both.
It's a little bit similar to actually in BioShock Infinite, where you have a clash of themes and gameplay, and that Booker is so remorseful.
No spoilers.
It's not gonna be a spoiler. Booker was remorseful about his past and violent acts he did when he was in the military. However, in the game, you kill about 10,000 people in horribly violent ways. You shove a motorized thing into people's face, you know? So it's like, sometimes gameplay and story can conflict, and you really got to consider that stuff.
I do like the continued, let's just show them shit. Their VR thing. The Vive, right? Vive?
The PlayStation VR?
Yeah, is it just VR?
Yeah, the Vive is Steam's.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Okay. Yeah. PlayStation VR is just PlayStation VR. I hope they announce new games here because I love my PlayStation VR.
Skyrim VR, that's fine.
No way! For PlayStation? Holy shit. Oh my god, they're going to have to downgrade the graphics.
Downgrade the graphics of Skyrim?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, and you... Oh
about
my
the same,
god.
dude.
I'm so down for this. This better be just a fucking... I already have the Ultimate Edition or whatever of Skyrim. I better be able to just download this. If they're going to try and get me this for $60, they can go fuck themselves. Even if it was like $10 to download to add it on to your
Bethesda's made so much money off fucking Skyrim.
I know. They need to stop. And the fact that it's Bethesda makes me think they have the balls to tell you to buy this for $60 again.
Right, I wouldn't do it.
I'm shocked that they were able to get this to work on PlayStation, though. It has to be jittery and bad or something. Because again, no details? Shit. Okay, they're probably going to make you pay $60 for that, though. That's bullshit.
Playful? Oh, that must just be... That's just like a company, right? That wasn't like a buzzword they're trying to sell this with, is it?
No.
No, okay, good. All right. I could deal with that. I was like, the somber tone does not scream playful to me. This feels disjointed.
Someone says they already got their Skyrim upgraded for free on Steam. So did I. I also have it for PlayStation 4, though, just because sometimes I like it couch. I better be a similar situation here. If I already bought Skyrim for PlayStation 4, the Ultimate Edition, they better give that to me for free. How ridiculous would it be for them to try and charge you like a seventh time? I don't know. It'd be nice if they would zoom in on the screen. That way I could actually see what's going on.
How dare you have such expectations?
You can tell someone in these productions always goes, we spent a lot of money on the televisions. Make sure they see how big they are on the internets.
You think it's an old Jewish woman?
Yeah.
In charge?
It usually is.
Beatrice! Show them how big it is, Beatrice. I don't know what this...
Someone says in the live chat, give Fallout 5 already, you assholes. Fallout 4 came out like a year and a half ago, and it kind of sucked. Do you really want to
I'd rather have another Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, I don't even know if I trust Bethesda with their own IPs, but we'll see.
Are you excited for Star Child, Hugo?
Not particularly, but I'm not
me either.
I'm not gonna hate on it either. I don't.
No, it just looked boring.
Yeah. Ironic coming from a company called.
Why does that robot look like the Schick Razor Man? Yeah, Black Marsh would be the place. Wait, what are we looking at here? Classic musics. Another VR game. Oh, a horror game. Is it Silent Hill, maybe?
No, because they shut that down when what's-his-face left. Unless they totally retooled it, but I thought they were stopping making console games, and they were...
It just looks Silent Hill-y because the thing quit, stopped.
Right.
Or switched over. Can't use words. Don't worry about it. The Inpatient. Just a new IP. Probably just a VR demo. Most of these are probably going to be kind of shitty.
Well, I'm hoping because we're like a year and a half into VR at this point, now companies have had the time to develop stuff more like Resident Evil 7, which is like a full game and not just a tech demo. Resident Evil 7.
Oh my goodness! Extreme fishing! Oh yeah!
I don't.
Final Fantasy Extreme Fishing game?
You know what, though? I don't begrudge people for liking this shit. If you like fishing, of course it makes sense.
Right,
you want a VR fishing game.
But why Final Fantasy themed fishing VR?
Oh, because fuck you, that's why.
Fair. Monster of the Deep. Oh. Okay, Japan, we need to talk, I think.
This is like that time the Sonic Adventure game had a fishing section with Big the Cat.
I'm fine with a mini game within a game, but like they made...
Fishing games must be more popular in Japan or more mainstream or something, because that's odd.
I remember when they had the fishing peripheral for an N64. That was pretty popular for a while. Like the arcade thing was pretty fun, though.
Yeah, I remember.
Another shooter VR. I'm not really excited for any of this yet.
If it's just an upgrade and free or like $10 DLC, I'm excited for Skyrim VR for sure.
Well, sure. I mean, I'd play it for sure. I just say bravo. I'm not going to buy your tech demos.
Yeah. I think these games are starting to look less tech demo-y though. I've seen the trade.
We're not.
I've been tracking VR games the whole cycle because I've had PlayStation VR for quite a while, so I'm always clamoring for more content for it because it is such a sea of tech demos. Mm. The trailers here make me more confident these are actual games and not just
they're getting closer. Demo. But I want like a AAA actual title.
Skyrim's probably as close as you're going to get.
I know, that's a port. You know what I mean? It's not a new thing. It's a compatibility thing, which is fine. I'll play it. Like if you have it, I will try it out for sure.
Next year, I think you'll really start to get the bigger VR games that are full-fleshed, like 10 to 10-plus hour experiences. Or
look at that tiny mouse/rabbit thing with the gauntlet on. It's cute. Yeah. It's just a little cute VR guy.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love it if you know what I want for a VR game. I don't know if this is what this is going to be, but because it's a tiny character, it's making me think about a game where it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where it's you're tiny.
Oh, that'd be neat.
The world is huge. That's perfect for VR.
Why'd they zoom out again? I fucking hate this director so much.
Yeah. They gotta remember it's on a TV.
Beatrice, they already have televisions.
They've
been to the theater.
They gotta see a TV, though. It was half a budget. You should have seen the Ubisoft's one. It was huge.
Ubisoft. All right.
What's the VR aspect of this, though? Do you play this game in the perspective of the mouse, or are you some sort of third-party omniscient character that helps out the mouse?
That could be interesting. I don't know. It says nothing. Give me nothing.
Right. I'm kind of interested in whatever this is, just the idea of a mouse. Like
VR third person would be interesting.
There are games already kind of like that take advantage of a third person perspective, like a black and white game. Peter Molyneux, who made Fable, did that game a long time ago where you're like a god and you get to decide what to do with people. That'd be a great VR game. Are they going to push the Pro now? Because no one's buying the Pro. I'm not even buying the Pro.
What does that mean? You're not usually a console shill.
No, just because, like, I own a PlayStation. If anyone was going to upgrade it, it would be me. I absolutely would buy it if it had probably a 4K Blu-ray player. It just doesn't. So
someone says I want to see Spidey. That's probably going to be one of the last games.
Yeah, they're
God of War.
They're going to push Spidey, especially because it's Sony, and they're going to try and cross-promote that with Spider-Man: Homecoming, probably, which makes me a little sick. I hate.
No! Is this going to be another pirate game?
Maybe it's the same pirate game.
Oh, the same pirate game. Did you see the Ubisoft pirate game?
The
guy literally said, "Oh, here's God of War." There we go.
Oh, okay. I think in this one he's taking down different pantheons of gods.
I'm fine with that.
So,
like this game actually looks really cool, and I'm not a big fan of the old God of Wars.
I never played them. I'm not a big fan. Like I said, quick time events in those games seemed, whenever I saw gameplay of them, to have lots of quick time hack and slash
puzzle platformer. But
yeah,
I'm actually going to shut up and listen to this now, though.
Yeah, I will too.
You guys can just stare at my face if you want. Is it working? It's visually really.
Who's the voice?
Going.
The voice is so familiar. I'll have to look it up.
The combat looks really satisfying.
See, it still looks a little too horde enemy hacking me. I'm not a fan of that type of game generally.
I'm not usually a fan of this, but it looks...
The hits look solid. Don't get me wrong.
To me, it looks as satisfying as like an Arkham thing.
Okay. I don't see it, but I can respect that opinion. It's definitely, as far as hack and slash goes, there is more weight to this than there generally is for that genre. Ooh, I liked him getting hit by that big giant thing.
My stream actually stopped working as well. So
That's
now I'm behind you. I like the axe throwiness.
Yeah. Someone pointed out Christopher Judge is the voice actor, by the way. Who's famous, by the way, for Stargate. If you don't know, he was the alien or whatever with the thing on his head.
Oh, that is? All right. I kind of like the idea of Kratos having like
A new family?
not a family, a kid that he has to take care of. It kind of gives it a
Yeah. Because as far as I understand, I don't think it's a spoiler because the game's like 15 years old. In the first game, his family gets killed by the gods, and that's why he goes on a revenge quest. So I assume,
right. I mean, that's just his backstory.
Or this is just some kid, or it's his new son. Maybe I don't know.
I'm super behind this stream suddenly. I don't like that.
Bummer.
There we go. A little caught
I
up.
like that big monster serpent.
That's the scale of these games has always been impressive, given the technology that they've been put out on.
I've noticed a lot more too. Have you noticed that in-game scale has become more of a thing? We're seeing more big enemies and stuff that make your character feel small, which is good if you want an imposing enemy. The technology's getting to the point where you can do some really cool stuff now. Yeah, and zoom out for the big logo reveal. That's how you get people hyped.
I'm not even in the logo reveal yet.
Wow, that's weird. Normally you're like this far ahead of me.
Yeah.
Weird. I guess I will dictate what's happening then, because mine's still fine.
You're in charge. I'm actually gonna stop it and restart it now that that's over.
Yeah, it says dude doesn't know God of War lore. No, I've never played him, so I don't. I know.
Well, I knew. I did.
Oh,
just saying. Not a big hack and slash guy though. Just the it's that human game, the Detroit Become Human.
Mm-hmm. I'm a sucker for cyberpunk stuff, so
yeah. I like how the amazing fake doesn't think I refresh my page. I work on the internet, buddy.
Aww.
Nah, but he's excited now because I talked about him. Future slavery. Are you excited? I actually like these kinds of games. Heavy Rain was a really fantastic game.
Oh, now my stream stopped. What the hell?
Ha! Got him. This looks pretty.
Yeah.
The face models. They're getting really good at this because they're hiring actual actors to do like face mapping and actual acting in scenes. I really appreciate that. So thanks, Rockstar, for doing LA Noire and making people do that.
Too bad they treated the company terribly. I heard I know Rockstar just published that, but I can't imagine they had nothing to do with.
Sure.
For anyone who doesn't know, that studio closed down, and there were some lawsuits from the employees who are claiming uncompensated overtime and a bunch of terrible stuff. So. See, I feel like they're trying to show you like decision making there. I'm getting a little over some of the shallower aspects of like the Telltale games and the decision making games. It was fun at first, but they haven't really upgraded stuff like this very much, and the consequences of your actions never really turn out to have that much of an effect on the story.
Yeah.
Generally,
well, the teaser they kept showing for this beforehand was like that detective android talking down the guy, and then every decision was different. So I don't know if that's.
I hope they can pull it off, because there's not been a game yet that has made me feel like my decisions really mattered. Besides, do you want to be like blatantly like evil? Like, do you want to blow up Megaton, or like, do you want to be a saint? You know what I mean? There's no games that make subtle differences. And
is that guy that made everybody angry on Twitter last year at the BET Awards?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know who the guy is. I don't recognize him. It's the future, so flags are obsolete, and we decide to get holograms. By the way,
hologram flags. Cast. It doesn't have them yet.
Hmm. I like the concept at the very least. I like the idea of a story about an android uprising because they feel they're being treated unfairly and their sentience isn't being recognized. If they can pull off the choice making seeming significant, that's great.
Right.
I
would really like a situation where like you do it and you're wrong in the end.
Maybe. I don't know.
The idea of like just swapping, subverting all of that.
As long as the choices feel significant, I'm on board. But if it's just another telltale type thing where it all kind of corrals you in at the end, I'm not that into it.
These are the guys that made Heavy Rain and stuff, right?
Oh, I don't know. This is the first I've really seen this, so I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't even really know what we're looking at as far as like I thought the other guy was going to be the main character, the detective one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll keep it on my radar, but I'll probably wait for some reviews.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is the same dev as Heavy Rain, apparently. So. Does anyone know, by the way, how long the show is supposed to run? Hour? I mean, it's almost an hour, but is it hour and a half, 2 hours? I don't know if anyone knows. I couldn't find that information anywhere. I'm not just lazy, by the way. Oh, is this going to be Destiny 2?
Yep.
I'm not on board with Destiny. I'm sorry if you're a fan. I'm glad you enjoy the game, but I tried.
The paywalls fucked me up, man. They pissed me off so much. They sent out an incomplete game, and it took them, 2.5 years to get DLC to get to this point. Like, fuck you.
Not to mention, the whole Peter Dinklage thing completely recast. It was a clusterfuck of a release. It really soured me on the whole thing. Maybe it's good now, but...
The game itself it's a functional first-person shooter with a lot of loot, and that's cool and stuff. I don't want to pay $120 every time you make a game.
It rang really hollow to me. It felt like they wanted
this. It didn't have anything going on.
They were alluding to this big story that just never felt like it happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I'm not going to pay for DLC and stuff to finish the game, to finish the story, or even really do the story. So no thanks.
I bet they won't let you transfer your character over either.
Someone mentioned this is 2 hours, by the way. I really hope they're wrong.
Hey, if they keep coming out with really good games to look at, though, I'm fine with that.
But there's such a thing as burnout. There is such a thing as just getting burnt out on a conference. I think an hour, 20 minutes.
Burnout.
I think there is. Take an hour, 20 minutes if you need it. Much longer than that, and people are going to get real bored.
I was obviously trolling you. Of course there's burnout. What?
Oh.
That's an obvious concept that you said. Like, there's such a thing as... I don't know. You can transfer aesthetics. That's it. Nice! Exclusive exotic weapons.
Can we all agree?
Exclusive maps.
Can we all agree exclusives are bullshit and hurt everyone but the company that has it? No fans should be happy about exclusives. It's a bullshit practice.
I'm fine with timed exclusives.
I still think it's bullshit. All it's doing is hurting consumers who don't happen to own the system that's on.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, Remember Soul Calibur used to do a thing where they did like on the different consoles, it was you could have Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, or Yoda as your special character. Then later on, they let you have, you know what I'm saying?
As long as both get something, it's fine. I just hate when it. I actually, you know what? No, I still think that's stupid. No.
Okay. Live your life, man.
I like that even they have to say a true exclusive because they bastardized the word exclusive so much. They have to explain, no, we really mean it this time.
Is that it?
I think this is the last thing. He said, let me leave you with, so...
It's gotta be Spider-Man, right?
Oh, Spider-Man, totally. This is gonna be Spider-Man.
Gotta be.
I told you they were gonna do a big thing about this because it's Homecoming's coming out.
Yeah. I'm excited, though.
Oh yeah, listen to that music. That's the most Spider-Man-y music ever.
Or the Flash.
I'm probably gonna shut it. I guess.
Did Danny Elfman write this music?
It sounds like it. That suit, a lot of people had problems with initially. It's grown on me. I like the big white spider symbol. I actually do.
It sets it apart. I also like the dilation.
Yeah.
I want to see gameplay, though. I'm assuming we will.
Yep.
Very cool.
Stealth gameplay, interesting. They tried to do this with the Amazing Spider-Man games. They introduced some Arkham-esque stealth stuff like this. That's right out of Batman, the hanging someone upside down on something. So I don't mind if it's done well because obviously everyone's copied the combat stuff from that. Oh, I love that web trap. Yeah.
I like the idea of
those guys are
actual tech.
Yeah. Well, this is supposed to be older Spider-Man. It's not teenage Spider-Man in this one. It's supposed to be, adult. There's also
like a comm system going on with who's Yuri?
I have no idea.
I really like how lithe and actually acrobatic. Like there's almost no weight to it, and that feels correct.
Spider-Man is the one character I'm okay with the punches and kicks feeling more acrobatic than connecty.
Right.
Because that's the character. He's an acrobat with super strength, but he's an acrobat first, not
I'm really liking the combat so far. It looks combo based.
Incapacitates.
But it's clearly very different.
Yeah. I think they're nailing the Spider-Man as an incapacitator and not like a brute force guy, though. I appreciate that.
Those are cool. Okay, I'm sold already.
Spider-Man working with Wilson Fisk. That's odd.
I like that the white parts are like armory.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like carbon fiber with white.
Yeah. I like that girder takedown where he swung it around.
Mm-hmm. What a girder?
Girder. Like a steel girder.
Oh. That's never mind. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the thing it is. I thought you said Gerger.
I like that you agreed with me before you even knew what I was talking about, though. That's nice.
No, I saw the takedown. I was like, I like it too. And then
okay. I like the Spider-Man talking to himself. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my stream froze. God damn it.
Uh-oh. Mine didn't.
All right.
Now I'm ahead.
Oh, mine's
king in town.
Yeah, I think these are Mr. Negative goons. I could be wrong.
Call them demons.
Hmm.
Oh, running up walls.
Oh, yes. I love that wall run. They got to show him swinging around, though. I need to see if it looks like Spider-Man 2, because that was the best swing mechanic.
Mr. Negative, then?
Yeah, I believe so. He looks a little bit different, but, you know. Yeah.
So does Spidey. We're going to have a chase scene now?
I'd be down.
A Spidey chase scene.
That'd be a good way to show off the swinging and stuff and how to traverse the city. That'd be great.
Corey Grant says, will there be more RimWorld gameplay? Possibly. I almost played it the other day, actually. Thank you, by the way, Corey. You're a swell young man.
I'm a little worried they're not showing the swinging gameplay. This is a cutscene at this point. It's not in engine, so... Oh, goddamn QuickTime events. Hate them.
Why? Is it because you suck at them?
No, I just don't think it's fun. It's not a game. I'm watching a movie and pressing buttons. Literally, the Sega CD had a similar game for Power Rangers that I remember, and it was terrible. It's the same shit, different day. I'm not playing a game. I'm watching a movie and pressing button prompts. If I wanted to watch a movie and press buttons, I'd put on a movie and press buttons.
You're an old man. I like the... I like having cinematic moments, and I don't always... I'm okay with being in control of some of the aspects of it. But
I'm trying to... the swinging...
He's actually hitting buildings.
He definitely is. I'm trying to determine... It looks a lot like it did in Spider-Man 2, which is promising, because everyone likes the swing in Spider-Man 2. It looks good. I feel like it's building up momentum and stuff like the 1 and 2 did. The other day, by the way, a lot of the Spider-Man games swinging sucks because the guy who invented the swinging mechanics in Spider-Man 2, which basically perfected them, had a copyright on the code, so no one else could use it. So it looks like they figured out their own swinging system that's comparable, though, or maybe even better. I don't know.
I feel like I'm going to play the shit out of this game.
Probably. Me too. This falling into the building thing, though, again, it's so scripted. I'm so iffy on that. Ooh, awful lot of QuickTime events.
It feels really Spider-Man-y, though.
It does. They're nailing it.
In the same way that the Arkham games feel Batman-y.
Yeah, this does. But I'm really not feeling these QuickTime events.
I'm glad, because I want you to hate something that I love.
My concern is, it's fine if there's some, but if every boss fight is just going to be QuickTime events, it's not really a boss fight. I'm watching Spider-Man fight the boss, and I'm pushing buttons. It's...
I assume you fight there.
Maybe. Not bad to close on, though. Even with the QuickTime events, I'm still super excited, and I really hate QuickTime events, so...
Wait, they have more things?
Oh, maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe the person wasn't kidding when they said it's 2 hours long.
But why did he say I'm going to leave you with this? Maybe he's not coming back?
Maybe it's just a different guy coming back. I don't know. Or this is their closing video.
Oh,
yeah,
this is
closing video. Okay.
Good.
All right.
All right,
So
I'm gonna turn the volume off then.
okay, we'll just let the. I'll keep mine on a little bit, but you guys can enjoy kind of the closing video. And let's see. We're gonna start our wrap up, by the way, everyone. So if you have any questions about what you just saw or comments that you want us to comment upon, now would be the time.
And again, we'll try to get to everybody, but there is super chat if you want to make sure. It's not necessary, but you can. That was a decent Netflix movie. I love you, old people. You guys are so fucking weird.
Let's talk about QuickTime events for a second, since we're on the topic, because I'm interested that you're not bothered by it at all, because it's literally not. You're not playing the game. You're watching a cutscene. If you're going to do a cutscene, just do a cutscene. I don't mind.
Well, it's not like the cutscene ends when you fail the things. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I know, but that's what I'm just saying. I'm not playing a game and I'm not watching a cutscene. I'd rather just choose one or the other. I want control, or I want either show me something you want to show me, or let me play something I want to play. Don't try and act like you're tricking me.
It's not really a trick. If they would have given you that I don't know, was it 2-3 minutes of cutscene? Would you have been happy with that?
More so than QuickTime. Yes.
Really? I don't know. I feel like
I think that would be weird.
It doesn't really affect me. It's the same thing. Well, no, but they want to do cinematic things, and I get it. And so if you're doing a cinematic thing, cool. As long as it doesn't, technically, the combat in those games is just a lot of QuickTime events, anyways, because the way you got to parry and use your B button to. You know what I'm saying? It's not very different. So the mechanic doesn't feel out of place. Now it does feel out of place in something like the old God of War games I didn't like for that reason, because it was hack and slash, hack and slash, hack and slash. Oh, now we have to be really precise, and that's what I didn't like.
I guess.
Hack and slashes are boring as fuck.
I've never been sold on QuickTime events, and I doubt I ever will be. Someone asks, what games are we definitely sold on, basically?
Days Gone, Spider-Man, God of War, Monster Hunter.
I'm going to agree with Days Gone, probably. Spider-Man, and I'm going to say Skyrim VR, but contingent. I know you said definite buys. I know this is kind of a cheat, but it's a definite buy if it's not a full-priced game. Does that make sense? On principle, I will refuse to buy the game if they try and throw it out the door. Now, if I find it used at a garage sale or GameStop, will I pick it up? Sure, as long as the money doesn't go to the Bethesda. But if they try and shove a $60 game at us again of a 6-year-old game, that this is now I'm really going to try and think about this. Skyrim came out.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, Shadow of the Colossus also, yes. And Crash Bandicoot, which I don't think they showed, but I'm getting that.
Is it coming out this year?
It's coming out in this month, like at the end of the month. I understand why they didn't show it, but they showed it last year. So, and sometimes they'll show games that are just about to come out to do, a final marketing push. Sure. But, what was I saying? Now I've lost track.
I don't know.
I don't know either, and that's unfortunate.
Ooh, VR Skyrim Kenneth?
Oh God, what a pain that would be. Oh, you know what? No, since you're actually, you know what? No, that'll be easier in the coming months, actually. So maybe, sure, we can do that. That's fun.
Wink.
Anyway,
Xbox. Someone said, I can't believe Ubisoft had the best conference this year. Did you not watch this one?
I
clearly the winner.
I almost feel like I shouldn't be allowed to vote for Sony because my primary console is a PlayStation. I do have a Switch, which I also enjoy, but
I mean, Nintendo could win, but the Rabbids crossover thing with Ubisoft looks terrible. The Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed looked like an Assassin's Creed game. Meh. The pirate game was, the guy literally said, well, we like the pirate stuff in Black Flag. We know you guys did. I guess here's the pirate mini game for Black Flag, and they made it a video game.
Yeah.
Like it had nothing. It had really nothing going on for me. It was really boring. This one, and then Devolver is next, and then everybody else is below it.
Well, someone was just about to say Xbox, Bethesda, Ubisoft, Sony. Which had the better conference? I'm voting for Sony first. Sony, You know what? No, I'm putting Devolver first because E3, every single person who puts together an E3 event needs to go and watch that Devolver video so they realize we're not fucking idiots and are aware of what they're doing. Anyone who hasn't seen that yet, go watch Devolver's conference. It's fucking excellent. Then Sony, because I thought the games that they showed, they didn't have as many as Microsoft, I don't think, but there were fewer indie and more like AAA titles. And while I enjoy indie games, let's be real, those are great and bastions of creative freedom for developers, but they tend to be shorter, less content. You know what I mean? You want a steak dinner, you get a AAA game. So I think Sony beat them on that.
Oh, also the Horizon DLC looked really good. Man, this conference was really good. It gave me a lot of things that I want.
I'm surprised they didn't try and push the Pro very much at all. Maybe they've just given up at this point and have decided.
I'm fine with that. I'll take the price drop in the regular PS4s.
Possible that they saw Microsoft's. Maybe they were going to push the Pro a little bit more, but then they saw Microsoft's and how much more powerful Microsoft's Xbox One X is, and they knew it would be compared to the Pro, and it would make them look bad. So that's actually a good marketing decision, I think, on Sony's part, not pushing the Pro when clearly it's. I think it was a misstep. The Pro was a misstep. Scrap it. Do better next time, guys. But yeah. And then Microsoft. I thought Microsoft was fine. I'm still not sold on the price tag and the utility of the Xbox One X, but I can see why someone would at this point. At the very least.
I'll get it if there's a price drop and there's not like a next gen coming out soon. Next year-ish, I guess, at the earliest probably. But it's not a thing I need right now. None of the Xbox titles looked really amazing. There was like a Halo, wasn't there?
No. I don't think there was. They just recently released I want to say Halo Wars 2 though, or something like that. That was the only Halo related thing recently.
Oh.
But I thought Microsoft did all right, but not as great. Those are the only ones I really watched. I didn't watch Ubisoft or EA just because I knew information from those would trickle out, and I can't handle. Like, EA and Ubisoft are the kings of cringe at E3, and I will not subject myself to that unless it's. I'll watch
EA. The sports every time. I love sports. Personally, I'm a very big sports fan. Fuck EA every year. Fuck them. Can't do it.
What else? Oh yeah, and someone wrote like Xbox One XX. Yes, the naming is getting ridiculous. And someone pointed out the Xbox One X, the acronym for that would be Xbox, because they want people to just call it Xbox. But I'd like to point out when the marketing team for Microsoft decided on the name of the Xbox One, they expected people to call it, because again, you don't think about this, but what people call something is very important in public perception of it. Yeah. For instance, the Xbox was just the Xbox 360, people generally shortened to the 360. Now, because of that, they thought people would call Xbox One the One, and it would, make it sound good and like really great or whatever. However, I've never heard anyone call Xbox One the One. I've heard it called Xbox One or the most recent Xbox console or Xone, because that's sort of an acronym for Xbox One. So they need to stop with the naming bullshit. No one is going to use your shitty acronyms. It's getting confusing. Stop it. EA, I'm not into sports. Ubisoft, I'm excited for Assassin's Creed. And the new Far Cry.
Far Cry was cool, I guess. It looked fun, and also there are no towers to climb there to discover the map things. I guess it's going to be character driven, maybe like a map. I don't know. You don't have to climb the water towers though to do that. That's yay.
The Sony event, what I was most interested in, honestly though, I love VR. I love it. I love the concept. I'd love for the technology to move forward. I think everyone who tries it, if it's a well done game, kind of gets it. Unless you have motion sickness, I understand. That's not your fault. So the fact that they did have a whole section here devoted to the VR aspects, I really appreciate that. And it makes me excited for the future of that. Maybe not here, because the PlayStation 4, I'm going to be honest, is not powerful enough to be doing this VR shit. But PlayStation 5, maybe if they sort of start to build the architecture around the idea that VR is a thing people want in their homes, the future of video gaming is going to be very interesting. We got one of the super chat things. Opinion on exclusives. Annoyed no Spider-Man on PC. You wanna? I already kind of talked about exclusives earlier.
Brack 300, by the way.
Yes, thank you,
my dude. I don't like exclusives in that way. Like Hugo does. I'm fine with like an exclusive, like the Yoda is your unlocked character at the beginning, but eventually they all unlocked through DLC if you wanted them anyway. So you get like a bonus thing for having the particular thing they want to move consoles, whatever. But just having Spider-Man just on PlayStation. I mean, I know why PlayStation does it. I wish I could play it on PC because my PC is better than a PlayStation. I'll play it on a PlayStation. It doesn't really bother me, I guess, probably because I have one. But the thing is, I got a Sony specifically because Xbox never has titles that I want just from Xbox, ever. And most of them are available on PC. At least they used to be.
The only series that are exclusives that I've ever been big on for Microsoft are the Fable series, which is MIA at this point with no signs of returning anytime soon. I thought maybe this year we were going to get a hint of something, but no, I think that's maybe dead at this point.
Fable was available on PC right now, so.
Yeah, true. But that's Microsoft's thing. That's the thing about Microsoft is generally I appreciate, and they're really pushing it now, is all their new games are also going to be out for Windows 10 PCs. I can appreciate that. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of exclusives. I think it's a shitty business practice that only hurts consumers. No one's helped by it. If you're a consumer who's like, haha, I have a Sony game system which can play this game and your Microsoft system can't, you understand that the marketing teams have like stuck a stick up your asshole and you're just puppeting their talking points, right? Like, why are you loyal to... There's this weird thing in gaming communities where I can see it actually dissolving with Bethesda with the bad moves they've been making recently. People have a very personal connection to people who make games for some reason, as opposed to other industries.
I think it's because of the interactivity of the story.
Maybe, and I think it's also because people who work on games generally have a passion for them, so there is sort of a collective interest.
Not EA.
Not EA.
Here.
But I don't understand the sense of loyalty certain people feel to certain developers like Bethesda or Microsoft or Sony, for that matter. At the end of the day, you need to recognize, and I think most of our audience does, but there are people out there who don't. Sony is up there and Microsoft is up there and Bethesda is up there to sell you shit. They don't care. At the end of the day, I don't even think most of the people, the high-ups, care if a game or anything is good. They want it to make money. They are trying to get as much money from you as possible while spending the least amount of their own. So they're not in it to make, great creative experiences. Some of the developers are. The people coding it and developing and writing the games probably are, but not the people at Sony who are deciding what to say at E3 and the people who are making the business decisions. So I never understood that. I don't know. I've always seen the relationship between myself and the companies I buy products from, like Sony or Nintendo even, as somewhat adversarial, in the sense that obviously we want the most we can get and they want the most they can get from us, and it's always that's just how any capitalistic commerce works. It's sort of a back and forth. So no one should really trust these companies, and I don't know why people do. So don't go to bat for these people for their exclusive bullshit stuff, please. It's not worth anyone's time. It's terrible for everyone.
You get it out of your system, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you bummed that there was no Kingdom Hearts 3 this year?
A little bit. I know it's coming, though. I'm not that worried about it. I figure they take the time you guys need. Don't rush it. I'd rather it be a good game than get it, like, next week,
Sure. This isn't from the chat, but I kind of was inspired by their mindless drivel. Any classic characters you want to see come back and not Crash Bandicoot? I guess Spyro, but not Spyro, maybe even. Even on any of these. It could be Nintendo, it could be.
Let me think back as far as I can to try and think of any weird nostalgia thing that.
The only thing I want to be good again is like a Sonic Adventure game. I already played the shit out of Sonic Adventure 1, and they totally ruined it. So
I've gone back and played the Sonic Adventure games. Both of them don't age very well. Trust me.
Well, of course they don't. I mean, I can barely play Mario 64 at this point. But it was Mario 64 and Sonic Adventure, and that was actually I'm one of the few people I know that liked Mega Man Legends.
Okay, I didn't play it, so.
Well, the problem with it is the strafe button was like an actual button and not one of the directionals, so it felt weird to most people. Jack and Daxter. I remember really liking Jack 3. It had like a really Grand Theft Auto feel to it, and the upgrades were cool. But
you know what game I would actually like to get another shot? It wasn't very good, but the concept was so great. I wanted to come back and someone else to try it. And this is a game I guarantee 90% of you are going to go, what? I've never heard of that game. There was a game for the GameCube. I want to say it was exclusive for GameCube, but I could be wrong. And it was, I know. And it was called Geist. And it was one of the most, it's one of the most original ideas for a game I've seen since or before that. And the premise is you're a soldier going into like a secret lab or whatever. But once you get in there, it's like a standard first-person shooter. But once you get in there, they capture you, and it turns out they're doing like experiments. It's one of those kind of like think Umbrella Corporation. Evil Corporation does a lot of weird experiments.
Sure.
And their experiments involve ripping people's souls from their body. So they rip your right, but you know what I mean. And so yours gets ripped out of your body. And you escape the prison they put you in because they try and train you to be like a ghost assassin. It's less dumb than it sounds. And the game is you're going around as a ghost and you can possess people there and you're trying to escape the lab, find your body, and get out, basically. It's the whole game. And it's actually a lot of fun, the dynamic of you can possess people and you can possess objects and scare them, which affects stats and stuff. And like when you get killed, you don't die. You just, your body goes out of that body, and then you can pick another person, and you can strategically use that, for instance, to possess a person, shoot at someone, like a friend of theirs, and then exit their body. So then the friend thinks, oh, they're shooting at me, and then they kill each other. I don't know if anyone out there remembers that game, but if someone tackled that concept again, it would be excellent. I think that's super fun.
I really like this one game from back then. I want to say even EA was the publisher. It was called Freedom Fighters or Freedom Fighter, maybe. It was basically like a sort of a Red Dawn where Russia took over the U.S. and you end up being the leader of the resistance over time. And it had like this Mega Man stage composition where like you could affect the troops and the equipment that they would have based on where you hit. So you could be like, okay, I'm going to assault the school, and at the school they keep rations. So in future missions, there'll be fewer actual soldiers in the mission. Or I can blow up this fuel depot, meaning they won't be able to fuel the tanks, so I won't have to deal with tanks in this one area as often. I thought that was just really cool, and it had squad-based mechanics, so you could like recruit people as you went in the stages, and you could tactically put them in like buildings or like behind cover, and they'd do covering fire, and they'd come with you and they'd fight. Like you'd have like really large scale fights for I think it was PlayStation 2 game. And it felt really good, and it was a little cartoony. There wasn't like blood or anything when it was third person. But I really liked that. And over time, it went over like several months, maybe even years. And like the character changed. He got like a beard, his pants were ripped up, and I remember specifically like near the end, his pants are ripped, and it was like that for a little bit, and then he tied his pants together with like an American flag bandana. And I was like, this is so patriotic. And I was never like super patriotic as a kid, but it was like they're doing it in a way that's like fun. I can get by. I just really like that. And there was always going to be a Freedom Fighters 2, and it never happened. But something like that, just kind of like a more of an arcadey, cartoony thing, I kind of enjoy.
Yeah. Someone says, odd question, I guess, but you want a new BioShock? I'd love a new BioShock. I believe the studio closed, though, that was developing those. So I don't think it's happening anytime soon. I'm actually not sure who owns that IP anymore. And while I enjoyed BioShock Infinite, it was a fairly unfinished game. I enjoy it for the story and the atmosphere, but the gameplay is pretty simplistic and it's pretty repetitive. So I get it. It was kind of a shell of what the game was supposed to be. If you watch some of those E3 before the game was released, there's actually some good. The developers have talked about it since, and how time constraints and budgetary constraints, they had to cut out huge sections of that game, and it's really unfortunate because that game could have surpassed the first one. And well, again, I enjoy it for what it is. It still doesn't quite hold a candle to what that original BioShock did. So I don't know.
Trying to think of what else. Someone asked something about the how do you feel about the Horizon DLC? It looks really cool, and if you have a PlayStation and haven't played Horizon last time, definitely get it, especially if it goes on sale soon. It's worth every penny though, so that's not to say it's not a $60 game. It's a legit AAA game with a lot going on, and the world is really cool and pretty unique. So, and it feels tight. It's one of those really like I don't know, every action feels pretty satisfying. And I like that kind of stuff.
Let's see. Someone asks any predictions for Nintendo's conference tomorrow. They're actually not doing a traditional E3 conference. They're doing their own thing, as they tend to do. They have their own separate thing usually, and it's only going to be about a half an hour long. Apparently, it's not a full thing. So I don't.
Mario Odyssey.
They'll show some Mario Odyssey. I think that's about it. I think they're going to focus on games coming out this year. So they'll probably show some Splatoon 2, some ARMS, and some Mario, and that's about
Skyrim Switch.
They might show some Skyrim, but I really think that's it, if we even get all that. Again, we only have 30 minutes. Yeah. They do. Did we decide, are we doing that one live, or are we doing it after? Because it's just
in the morning. It's like 10 my time, noon your time. So it's like, I don't even know if it's going to be like.
I don't think it's enough.
If it was really good, we'll just throw an episode up pre-recorded about what they talked about. But otherwise, it'd probably just end up on the weekend recap.
Probably.
If we even talk about it, because I think we'll talk about Odyssey probably, and that's it.
Yeah,
unless they have something we don't expect, like a Pokemon game on Switch would fucking that do things to my loins.
Here's what just happened about a week ago, pre E3. The who makes the Pokemon games? Is it Game Freak? I want to say it's Game Freak. And Nintendo held a Pokemon event, because they do sometimes, to unveil stuff. And they unveiled, people were expecting, a remastered version of Sun and Moon. Generally each generation they take the different ones and they kind of put them in the one game. Like how Red and Blue, they ended up doing Yellow later and stuff like that.
Sure.
They were expecting to do a remastered version of Sun and Moon on the Switch, but it doesn't look like that's happening. They did unveil a Pokemon fighting game though for the Switch, which looks super fun. Did you see that? Mm-mm. It's like a fighting game, like Mortal Kombat or whatever, but it's Pokemon characters. It looks like a lot of fun. So
I can get down with that, I guess, a little bit, but I don't know. Monster Hunter looks fucking rad though. We gave it shit for the sword, but it ended up being Monster Hunter, so it was fine. It gets a pass because Monster Hunter's fun as fuck. Have you ever played one?
No, I haven't.
It's one of my ex-girlfriends from a long time ago, her little brother had it was like 2008, had a was a DS at the time. Anyway, Monster Hunter was on whatever fucking device he had, and I got to play it, and holy shit, that game. Maybe it was PSP. That game was fucking just really cool. It always felt like you had shit to do, and it was one of those, like, it's grindy, but it doesn't feel like wow grindy, where you have to go like pick 37 plants of the same thing, and it's all the way across the map. There's no fast travel. Ha. It was just like, kill that thing, craft some stuff if you want to. It was good. I always like the constant loot upgrade stuff if you're gonna grind. I like that kind of. I don't know. Capcom's good at making arcade style stuff too, and it's one of the only arcade style things I really enjoy because it feels simple, but it has like an RPG aspect to it.
Sure. Someone asks, any games you didn't see but would have liked to? My answer to that's the same as it was yesterday. I would love to see, similar in the vein of New Vegas, Bethesda hand over the keys to Obsidian for another installment of Fallout, because holy shit, was Fallout 4 a disappointment. And yeah,
it's a really, really fun game if it's not called Fallout.
That's the thing. It is. If that was a new IP and it was not Fallout related, it was some other apocalypse, holy shit, it would have done gangbusters. But the fact that it is Fallout, poor example of
Are we saying done gangbusters now? Is that a thing?
Did I say gangbusters? Is that a word?
Really did. I think you're in the 30s right now.
Oh god. I think it's time to start wrapping this thing up. Okay. Someone says, anything Spyro? I'd love to see Spyro, but no, unfortunately. He seems to be in the world of Skylanders into perpetuity as of right now, so we'll see what happens.
New Vegas 2, please. I don't even want him to do... Didn't they get the rights to New Orleans a while back?
There were
crazy, right? That definitely happened.
I believe there were some filings for that trademark by Bethesda or something,
I'm
or there were
fine.
rumors of it.
That'd be rad. That's
I'm
a
fine with
totally
that.
new, like
It
a
would've made
swampy south area would be cool. And New Orleans is obviously it's got a lot of character to it, so I thought that'd be interesting. Although, how do you survive a nuclear holocaust? And they can't even survive hurricanes sometimes.
Oh no!
Boom! 2005 burn.
All right. So thanks.
Katrina? It was bad.
It was bad. So thanks, everyone. But don't worry, hurricane season is now upon us, and I'm sure we wouldn't have put someone less qualified than George W. Bush in charge, would we? Also, I'm pretty sure...
Shit, I forgot.
Also, I don't think the head of FEMA has been replaced yet. I'm not kidding, by the way. So with that note, let's go ahead and close this out. Thanks, everyone. Like we said, if there's a big thing about Nintendo or whatever tomorrow, we'll do a thing about that. But I think we're done with our E3 coverage, unless we talk about anything on... later in the week, we do that weekly recap on Pop thing with movie video game news. So check that or whatever. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around with us for this and sharing your E3 with us. Hopefully next year I do want to figure out a thing where we can kind of at least have the video of the conference in the corner so people can follow along easier.
DMCA's are a real worry here, but maybe we could do it on the website.
We'll figure something out. So it's a little smoother next year for everyone.
Mini player on the website would be pretty rad. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So anyway, until next time, Hugo.
Jake.
It's an E3. Go watch Devolver's press conference. It's fun.
Yeah, it was crazy.